In today's video, traders, I'm going to be talking to you about how to build a trading watch list. And if you don't know what a watch list is, it is basically a list of currency pairs, stocks, whatever you trade. It's a list that you sort of always update with whatever you are currently looking at potentially trading. Now, this may be based on your setups, etc. And in today's video, I'm going to show you all the different things that you need to know when building an effective watch list so that you can optimize some of your trading, spend some less time on actually looking at the charts and find setups that are better for your strategy. So let's go ahead and get into it. Before I do, please do me a favor, smash that like button down below, subscribe. If you like my content, I work really hard on it. Myself and my team have put together this presentation. It's completely free, and I would really appreciate it if you let us know that you're enjoying it by giving us a like down below. So let's talk about this. Why should you make a watch list? Why does it matter to actually find the best setups? Well, I guess the answer is kind of in the question, because finding the best setups is absolutely a priority for us as traders. Creating a watch list actually helps us to narrow down the opportunities that we are looking at. If you have like 100 things to look at that are like okay, or you just had like 5 to 10 setups that were a lot better, you'd be spending a lot less time, and you'd probably improve your consistency and your trading results. So lots of perks to actually creating and updating an active watch list in the markets if you're going to be trading fairly frequently. So let's talk about the first part that we need to know if we're going to be building an effective watch list. Well, obviously, one thing that we need, you can see me thinking about it there on the left, we need a strategy. And what is the strategy going to be? Well, that's something that we've got plenty of videos here on the channel for. But the main idea is that before you build a watch list, you need to actually know what you're looking for. I guess it kind of sounds intuitive, but to the newer traders who need to hear it, you definitely need to have a strategy if you're going to be tackling some of these good setups. You need to know what you're looking for before you actually start. So this video is a little bit more geared towards people who they have some sort of idea of what they like to trade, their strategies, but now they're wondering, how do I build an effective watch list, and how do I do it in a quick manner, especially if I've got a busy life, maybe I work, etc., things like that. But before you build a watch list, you definitely need a strategy, which is basically a well-defined approach that gets added, that allows you to look for things to actually add to your watch list. What is your criteria, if you will, for a watch list item? Okay, so one thing that you can, once you have your strategy and you know what you're looking for, when it comes to looking for things to add to your watch list, one thing that's huge is scanners, because scanners are an incredibly useful tool. They basically allow you to look at the market from a bird's eye view rather than individual charts. I don't know about you, but going chart to chart is really mind-numbing to me. I'd much prefer to have some sort of scanner that tells me where to look, and this is going to cut down a tremendous amount of your scanning and looking time when you have some sort of software, tool, website that actually allows you to scan the market. I'm going to show you some of those in just a second here. We need a way to quickly identify possible setups, and this is exactly where a good scanner can be valuable. Okay, so one that we have on the website and also done by tradingview.com is the currency heat map. And the currency heat map just tells you can see on the left and on the top, you've got all the major currencies, and this is telling us what each one of these major currencies is doing relative to the other ones. So obviously the ones that are in red are usually having a less performing day or a underperforming day, and the ones in green are having an outperforming day or above average day. So you've got things like the US dollar here in this example. The US dollar would be considered strong across the board because you could read it left to right. You can see that the US dollar compared to the euro, against the yen, the pound, it is doing well. And then on the flip side, you can see the New Zealand dollar there at the bottom of the screen, across the bottom, it is weak. So using something like a currency heat map, which I'm going to show you where you can find that, it's on the website, is a great tool to actually scan the market for potential setups. Another one, you've got Frank looking at it here on the right. Frank is one of our analysts at the company, A1 Trading. We do all sorts of news coverage and such. Frank is one of our traders, and you can see he's looking here at the screener, and this is a Forex screener also available on tradingview.com. It has the ability to scan for certain things like based on a simple moving average or the last price, or what the moving average ratings are. There's all different types of scanners. There are many that you can find on the internet. These are just a couple examples that you could be looking at. You can scan by oscillators, you can scan by performance, by trend following, by moving averages, all sorts of different ways to scan. What about setups. This is the next part. So now that you have your strategy and you have a way to actually look at a lot of charts quickly, we need a place to actually, go through those charts quickly. This is where tradingview.com comes in for me. It's looking at the charts. It's the charting platform that I use. But what you can see is that now that I'm on my thing, I start going through the setups that are tentative or potential interests based on my scanner. And then I actually go down and I mark it. So here's an example on gold, just as a quick sample. Let's say that I was looking to go long on gold and it starts to seem like it's going to pull back here, but it's not quite at a level that I'm at. Well, using my scanner, this is something that might have popped up. Again, if I'm seeing something that is pulling back, but in an overall uptrend, could be of interest. And so when I see this, I see, okay, well, maybe I want to set an alert at this level. So again, using a scanner, you can quickly search for candidates to add to your watch list. And then if they meet your criteria for a potential entry, you can set alerts. You can basically write things down on your watch list, add it to something that's on your mind. And that is, again, that's where the watch list comes in. So the next part is probably the hardest part, which is waiting. As traders, we think we have to be constantly in and out of the market, but it's simply not the case. It's the hardest part for me with my trading is just waiting. Once I'm in a trade, waiting for it to play out. Once I'm, or if I see a setup, I'm waiting for it on my watch list. And again, this is a huge component that so many traders skim over because they want to be active all the time. Once you've gone through your list of markets that you trade and set all the alerts that are necessary, now you do the easy part, but it's also kind of the hard part. I don't know. You could say easy, and since you don't have to do anything, but psychologically difficult because impatience and struggle like that and wanting results, that instant gratification, that's the hard part. But anyways, wait for an alert to trigger, then decide if you'd like to take the trade. So that's the final step, right? You basically, once you've added it to your watch list, you've set your necessary alerts, you're waiting for that opportunity to either come your way or maybe it doesn't and you just skip it. But again, this is where, one of the things that I like to do is at the start of the day, if I'm looking for setups, I'll go through all my markets, set up all my alerts, and then basically wait for something to come into play. And that is how I like to approach the market and use something like a watch list to assist me with that. Now, the big thing here is trying to actually stay consistent in trading is a thing that many of us struggle with, right? And many traders incorporate a watch list into their routine to actually help them with their consistency. By having this as part of your start of the day, like I said, it's a great way to build that consistency. You come to the markets, you look for your setups, you set your alerts, and then you wait. It really, like it says there on the screen, it can be a huge way to simplify your trading, to keep things very, very straightforward. One more thing also there is that it is helpful for also avoiding over trading because, again, you objectively look at your charts and you say, what are the setups today? If they're there, then great. Maybe you take some trades. If they never come your way, then you're going to avoid over trading by just not taking any trades. That's the idea behind a watch list tool. Also, some of the tools that we mentioned here can be found on our website. We put out a ton of free stuff, free articles, free tools, free everything that we can possibly give you guys. We do all on the website. So if you're not already, check out a1trading.com. It is something that you can bookmark. We've got tools like I showed you guys, that currency heat map and all the different things that I've shown on this screen. You can find all of those things on our website. So definitely check out a1trading.com. And of course, follow us here on YouTube. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. And also check us out on Instagram at A1TradingTeam. Give us a follow. Let us know you came from YouTube. And you can also follow myself on Instagram. Our team page has a lot of educational content, and you can follow me just for trading quotes, things that I'm up to, sort of my journey if you're interested in that. With that said, guys, thank you very much for tuning into this video, and we will see you back in the next one.